accidents just happen all the time in Carroll County. I'm just saying. It's a very, very unlucky place to live. They dropped the charges because it was accidental. You don't accidentally run over somebody and back up and try to do it again. Jeez. Let's start from the beginning as investigative reporters, right? So you would ask the questions who, what, where, when, and why. Should be easy, right? Of course it is. Yes, I know, you're innocent until proven guilty, but what good does that do you if you are not alive? Hello. Okay, I goofed up. It's my fault. Okay? I started the stream on the link and it I stupidly hit a button and it threw it all off. And so now I don't think it's the same stream because I'm watching it on TV and unless it comes up. So Grismatically Clever is supposed to be here tonight. I don't know what time he's going to join. I sent you the link if you're listening, Grizz. I sent you the link, and then I sent you the second link on Discord. But I don't know. It looked like the same link. So if you have a problem trying to join Grizz, just type something in chat, and I'll throw a link out there. Okay. It's been a day. What can I say? It's been a week. But it's good to see you. I know a lot of y'all watch Delphi. As do I. There's a new document. I may go ahead and read it after we talk about Caleb Harris. But yeah, I wanted this to be about Caleb, but I really was only going to do it for about an hour. Unless y'all just wanted to talk about something else. But so I may go ahead and just make this live longer and do Delphi on the tail end. So there you go. Hello, Mythical. How are you doing? Sorry about the confusion. Did this come up on the same link? I don't think it did. I'm looking. No, it couldn't have. Because it would be on. I always double check. I always have it somewhere else so I can see what's going on. It didn't do it. So everybody's like, oh, where are you? You said you were coming out. I know. I spent some time today. Hello, Fragaria. Good to see you. Yeah. I spent some time today doing a live that I really wasn't going to do. I was just going to watch it. But I went live. A few people were there with me watching the afternoon portion of Chad Daybell's trial today because man, what a hot mess that is. And it is really hard for me to watch and not comment because oh my god, it's only into day 3, so I won't be able to do every single day, but if you want to watch, I think they said it's going to start about 8:30, and I'm not sure what time that is for me. I'm guessing either 9:30 or 10:30. But some people did ask me to go live, so I will with that. Hello, sunshine. All right, it's good to see y'all too. Wow. Yeah, is any of y'all following the Daybell case? I did one video on Lori Vallow. I did watch a lot of the trial, but I didn't do any lives, or I didn't really even do a whole live on that one. What I did is a video on how to know that you are in a cult. But I think that's the thing that bothered me the most is oh my god. Oops. Man, catching this chat is not easy. Okay, hello, honey bun. Hello, hello, hello. Every time I hear your name, I think of honey buns, you know? And I'm like, oh, that sounds good. Honey bun sounds really good. Collateral damage. Hi, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, that's the one thing about the Chad Daybell case is I know that we're going to come up on that point, where we're going to have to talk about what happened to Tylee and JJ. And that is going to be really difficult. Um, I'll be streaming it tomorrow, but then I have to work the next 3 days, so I'll have to catch up again next Monday, I guess. Probably Monday. Yes, because you're sweet, honey bun. Yes, you are. You are. Everybody that comes in here, generally speaking, I get a troll every once in a while, but generally speaking, y'all are precious. Just precious. So, yeah, I don't know what time Grizz is coming because he was working today. He was watching on the Daybell case, and I was like, "Hey, come with me tonight." So at some point, we'll have a Grismatically Clever. So if you're not familiar with him, I'll let him introduce himself and all that kind of stuff. He's very, very smart sleuther. All right. Let's see. You don't know why anybody would troll me. Yeah, I don't get too many. Okay. It really, sometimes I get them when I have other people on. Sometimes I get them for me. It just depends. But you know what? I don't care. I really don't. I mean, if they say something about me, I just ignore it. Most of the time. If they say something about one of my guests or they're starting problems in the chat, I will ban them. So I don't have too much of a problem. All right. How many of you have heard of Caleb Harris? Because this case, like, when I first heard it, I thought, okay, it's another missing person. And, I started looking at the details. But when I started looking at the details, I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense at all. And, here's the thing. I'm trying to bring some awareness to this case because he went missing at around, like, within 2 days of Riley Strain. And, of course, Riley got all this attention, and I'm still going to be doing stuff on Riley. But Caleb wasn't getting, now he's starting to get a little bit of traction. Okay. So I'm part of a Facebook group, and I wanted to, and I told them I'm going to try to do what I can to bring awareness a little bit more to the East. Okay. You never know. I've gotten, just so you know what's coming up, because I said this to the people that were with me this afternoon, but, coming up tomorrow, I'm still trying to put together a Delphi live, but honestly, I don't know. Getting everybody together in the same basket is kind of hard. I probably will go live with something tomorrow. I assume definitely Daybell, but maybe tomorrow night as well. And then Thursday. Let me tell you about Thursday. It's going to be a little later. It's right in the middle of my work week, but I have, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, even if you don't get any sleep. So I'm going to have, when we talked a few days ago, or was that yesterday? I don't even know. I don't know when I guess it was Friday night. We talked about missing 411 cases. So I have been studying. I mean, I've listened to them for years, but I don't think I knew as much about them as I do now. And there's very specific things that tend to happen in these cases. And it's like, is this natural? Is it just an abduction? Is it a red rum? Is it aliens? Is it cryptids? Like, we don't know. But we're going to talk about that. And I'm so excited for Thursday, not just because I think the topic is interesting, but because I'm going to have a special guest on. and I am so excited. You don't know him, okay? Uh, he is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. And I've been trying to get him to come on live with me for months and months. I think he should have his own channel, but I'm like kind of like get your feet wet. See how you like it. I think you'd do good at this. And so he is going to come live with me as we're going to talk about the missing 411. But I'm telling you, because of the subject matter, there is no telling where the conversation will lead. So I would love for you all to come and show him some love so that he'll come back or maybe do something on his own. Anyway, I'll introduce him to you. I don't even know what name he's going to go by. If he's going to go by his old name or I don't know. But anyway, uh, like I said, one of my favorite people in the whole world. All right. So let's see. This is probably early for some of y'all. If you're on Central Time like I am, yeah, you get off work at 5, you got to eat. Like, yeah, it's early, but if you like later shows, just let me know. I can go later most days. Depends on my work schedule. All right, so while I'm waiting to see if Grizz shows up, let me go ahead and change this. Hello. Okay. Oh wait. How do I say this? Emsrad. Emsrid? Emsrid? Did I say that right? Like I tend to butcher names. Oh, it's late there. Yeah. Yeah, it would be late there. Um, really, really early in the evening. And now that it's summer, it's like it's full daylight. I'm like, this is so weird. Used to going on at 6 because I'm about to fall asleep. I'm a chicken. I've told you that before. I'm a chicken. When it gets dark, I roost. If it gets dark at 9 o'clock, that's when I start wanting to settle down. If it gets dark at 4:30, I'm ready to go to bed. That's just it. Um. Okay, off topic question. I'm curious. Did anyone's property taxes go up? You know what? I don't know if mine did or not. Mine's rolled into my mortgage. Um, but I would tell you, property taxes where I live are insane. When I call insurance companies they're like, oh, we can get you a much better rate. And then they look and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, we really can't. I had no idea. And that's because I live in, a mini tornado alley. Our town has been destroyed several times uh, by tornadoes. The last one was in 2011. So, but before that, it was 100 years since it was that bad. But I guess, still, uh, can't take any chances, right? So I don't know. Probably. You know what? Talking about tax day, and I have to actually press the send on mine, but my taxes are done. I just have to send it. Did anybody have like I have the same? I think I have like this pretty much. I got a raise, but it wasn't, it wasn't enough to go, oh yeah, I can really tell the difference now. Because everything else went up. But I had the same deductions this year as I had last year. Last year, I mean, I didn't get a huge refund, but it was enough to take a little vacay for a few days, whatever. Yeah, honey bun, that is the thing. I ended up owing money. I'm like, how the heck do I have the same job, the same income, just about? Because my raise wasn't even until September, so that was only the last quarter. Like, how do I end up owing money this year? Please explain to me, y'all people in Washington. Fishing Queen, hello, hello. I'm assuming you are a good fisherman. You're the fishing queen. I like to fish. Well, I really don't like to fish as much as I like to just, sit there in the sun, read a book. I'm not real active. But the problem is I scare all the fish away because I talk. Everybody's like, shh, shh. Okay, whatever. My mother is a really good fisherman, though. Um, Man, I hate that for you, Mythical. Your compressor went out. Like, look, isn't that the thing? Isn't that the thing? Like, you get extra money, boom. I hate when that happens. It is relaxing. Here's the thing, I love nature. I love to be out, love the water, love the woods. I love being, you know, rural. So, I mean, I can enjoy being out fishing or just being there with somebody who is fishing. It's okay. All right. So, now back to Caleb Harris. And like I know, way more people watch the replay, and that is okay. That is okay by me. Just know if you're watching the replay that don't forget about Thursday, okay? Let's see. All right, let me change this up a little bit. So I'm going to give you some backstory on, wait, this is not what I want. Give you some backstory on Caleb Harris in case you don't know. Here's kind of like, and here's the thing, we talked about Riley and we talked about Smiley Face on whatever day we did last. And this, it's in some ways similar. But then when I was studying 411, I actually found some similarities between Riley and some 411 cases. I'm like, that's weird. Why does this happen? All right. But we're going to go with an overview. Okay. Now this happened, I want to tell you it was March 4th of 2024. So we're talking right close to the time of Riley. But this happened in Texas. And let's see. Wait. Let me actually hit the right stuff. That would be beautiful, right? Okay.
I'm Alexis Scott, your neighborhood news reporter in the Bay Area near Rodfield Road. We've been keeping track of the search to find 21-year-old Caleb Harris since he vanished more than a week ago. And this is one of the many places where law enforcement searched to find him. I spoke with his father as he explains his last conversation with his son before his disappearance. For the past 11 days, the Harris family has been full of worry and concern since they first found out about Caleb's disappearance.
It's a parent's worst nightmare. Where's your children?
Randy Harris, Caleb's father, says he spoke with him the night before he vanished and everything was fine. Hours later is when he received the news from his wife.
The roommate had just called and said he was missing. They couldn't find him. My wife got the call and then she called me and I immediately came down here.
His father tells me the sequence in which Caleb disappeared seems odd. He stayed in contact with his family often and even had upcoming plans with friends. So Randy claims something isn't adding up.
It's his intentions. I mean, texting us, Snapchatting his friends. They had just gotten a new dog that evening and signed the lease on his apartment for next year.
Law enforcement agencies have been working nonstop, using local and statewide resources to find him. Friends have also joined in on the search, creating Facebook pages aimed at finding him.
It gives people a place to go and look and share the good stuff.
Originally from New Braunfels, the 21-year-old came to Corpus Christi to study environmental science at TAM-UCC. Randy says Caleb's dream is to work outdoors as a Texas game warden or an environmental lawyer.
Just smiling all the time, loves to play guitar.
Describing his son as a good person.
He's the kind of person that, if somebody's got a flat tire or whatever, he's going to stop and do whatever he can to help them.
As the search continues to find Caleb,
we just pray for patience and for the stamina to continue just anything and everything we can.
His father is asking one thing from the community.
I'm just thankful for the support that we have, and going forward, just continue to be vigilant, continue to be steadfast.
Randy says the family will continue to lean on their faith and have hope in finding Caleb safely. If you know any details about where Caleb may be, you're asked to call Corpus Christi Police. Covering your neighborhood in the Bay Area, Alexis Scott, Chris 6 News.
Okay. We're going to go pretty much right into another one. But basically, yeah, this is a Texas A&M student. Look, he had just moved into, I don't think he was in his apartment very long. He had some roommates. They had just gotten a dog, or maybe I'd heard one place it was the roommate's girlfriend's dog. Anyway, they have this cute little puppy named Jenny. And they got Jenny she showed up about 10 something that night. So they're getting acclimated to that. Lucia has been missing since March 4th. So what, a little over a month. And we're going to look at some more footage. He did 2 Snapchats, and we're going to look at that. But we're also going to look at surveillance camera that he was on. So here is the basic story. All right. He's there, new dog, they're college kids. They're not sleeping anytime soon. Okay. So like they're up, they're playing, they're gaming, they're, doing whatever college students do, basically not sleeping. Right. But he does have class the next day. He also wants to go fishing the next day. So at around, 2 something in the morning, you'll see him on surveillance. He takes Jenny out. There's several of them. They're taking the dog out. He's smiling. He's having fun. Doesn't look like there's anything wrong. Certainly doesn't look inebriated or, not to any degree that you can tell. Okay. So just after he takes Jenny in, he had decided, because of going to classes and then going directly fishing, he wanted to order from Uber Eats. And he was just going to hold on to it, save it, I guess put it in the fridge, whatever, so he could leave school, not have to worry about it, and go on fishing. So he goes back out. Now, at some point around 2:45 a.m., his phone cut off. Like it kind of died, but then it came back on. So I don't know if he had, quick charged it or if it was just an accidental, whatever. There was some kind of blip there. Now, while he's waiting for Uber Eats, he does not have shoes on. And this is early March. I don't know what, though. This is in New Braunfels, Texas. It's towards the southern end, so I'm thinking it probably wasn't that cold. And if he's an outdoors person, he probably wants to, he's probably used to walking around in bare feet. And so he goes outside barefoot. Now, that tells me one thing. He's not going far. All right. You're not going to take a huge trek in bare feet in really any kind of weather. All right. He lives in the apartments are kind of like, there's a lot of buildings there, but it's kind of on if you know Texas, it's flat, right? Texas is flat, and there's like a lot of space in between. Like you have this kind of like little subdivision looking thing, and then there are highways that are going by that go out a little bit more remote. It's not like the wilderness, though. Okay. Let's see, who did I miss? Hello, Hells to the no. I love that name. Hells to the no. All right. So let me go to this next one. Hello, Ashley Thompson. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right. Let's look at, there's several of these. So I am going to probably go through several.
I still believe he's alive somewhere. And it's really hard to understand.
Hard for people who aren't like Randy and Becky Harris, whose hope and optimism are rooted in their faith.
Our prayer is that wherever he is, he...
Oh. I'm sorry. That is so totally my fault. Oh my goodness. I was trying to get rid of a tab. Not that one. Let me get it again. So sorry. All right. Y'all know I don't usually do all this kind of stuff. Oh, now we get an ad. Yay. Yay. All right. All right. I truly have not gotten in the habit of playing stuff. So, there we go. Let's try this again.
It's really hard to understand.
Hard for people who aren't like Randy and Becky Harris, whose hope and optimism are rooted in their faith.
Our prayer is that wherever he is recalling scripture, he is calling out, and he feels a hedge of protection around him.
Their son, Caleb Harris, was up late in the early hours of Monday, March 4th. He messaged Randy his plans for the next day, plus then his favorite pastime.
Texted me about different lures and stuff, YouTube stuff and stuff that they're looking forward to going fishing the next day.
He sent his younger sister a Snapchat around 2:45 a.m. Then his phone went silent. It died or was powered off. Caleb had ordered Uber Eats. He went outside to wait. The driver arrived and left the food. Caleb was gone.
They did investigate the driver of the Uber Eats, and they, so far what we've determined is that she was not involved.
Okay. So we know he's waiting for Uber Eats. He goes outside. Now, you're going to see coming up some surveillance. This is just prior to him going out in bare feet. And then what happens is he starts walking. Now, from the direction, it looks to me like not where like from the complex, it looks like, if I'm not directionally challenged, he goes kind of to the right. Anyway, he goes up by the highway, so, that route, and he's going towards it's a bridge, but it's not like a bridge. It's more like a wide culvert. Like the water that's in there is not very deep. It's not like a river or anything like that. It's just a little bit. And yeah, it's more like a culvert. But he takes a Snapchat of this bridge, and you'll see that. And here's the thing, it's very, very foggy that night. So he walks off, and that bridge is not that far. You think he's just walking around, right? He's just killing time, waiting for the Uber Eats to get there and go back in the house. Well, what happens is he disappears. And the Uber Eats, he had ordered contactless delivery. So they left it on the front porch. And I guess at some point the roommates are just like, I've heard different times, but basically they realize the food is out there at some point and Caleb is not there. So where did he go? I mean, the first thing you don't think of foul play or anything like that in the beginning. Okay, you think he's a young guy. He didn't take his shoes. He's just out walking around, just being. He was a huge nature lover. So that's what he wanted to do. He was either going to go into some kind of like environmental law or be a park ranger, something like that, because he just loved the great outdoors. So it's normal for outdoorsy people to be outdoors at any time of the day, right? So, I'm sorry, I'm behind on what y'all are saying. But yeah, they quickly realize he's just vanished into thin air. So where did he go without shoes? And where did he go? He did a Snapchat around 3 a.m., 3:03, something like that, of the bridge. And it was very foggy. It's kind of aesthetic. You'll see that in the picture. And so they knew he was close to that little bridge over the culvert. But still, not very far. Now, there are some things that have shown up. But here's the big thing. Right in the beginning, okay, when his parents, when they realized he was missing, they get that call. They're thinking, I mean, I don't know if they're thinking he just wandered off, got confused. I have heard from several different places that there was an accident that night. It was very foggy, but that was on up further. At one time, they got a ping on his phone that said he was about a mile and a half west, I think, of where. And I'm like, okay, that's very odd because you haven't been gone that long, but you're not wearing shoes. So I don't see walking in early March in the middle of the night on the highway or on the grass or whatever it is. I don't see you walking a mile and a half with no shoes. All right. If you had shoes on, I'd say maybe, and you're an outdoor person, I'd say maybe you just wanted to, take a long walk. Some people do. Um, that does not appear to be the case because of, like I said, it's the ground. It's not like you're on city sidewalks, even though, you know, that's still an issue. Who wants to walk on city sidewalks in your bare feet? No, don't do it. Um, all right. Mythical. Could he have fallen with it being foggy? Well, I think they kind of thought something happened with the weather conditions and all that kind of stuff. Um, Reddit. I'm gonna get to that about the Reddit posts. And that's the one I'm gonna kind of scooch over a little bit just because we don't know. But so what happens is like the family immediately, like they immediately start searching. They get a bunch of people. They cover a lot of ground. And I watched an interview, and I cannot remember on what channel it was, but the dad and a friend were talking about how they had hired a helicopter guy to scan the area because Texas is big, it's flat, but it's mostly big. Okay, lots of area. It's easy to see ground because unlike Alabama, or especially the area of Alabama that I live in where there's lots of trees, you have to kind of go, and kind of like where Sebastian is in Tennessee, it's like there's a lot of trees, there's a lot of things you can't see from a helicopter, like you have to be down on the ground. But the dad said this was an incredible pilot, and they quickly covered a 50-mile radius. And they said he wasn't like just way up in the air, like he was coming down, close to the ground where they could see like garbage, like they could see things on the ground, little things that whatever. They shouldn't be there in nature. But, papers, whatever, they could see all that. So it's not like they weren't looking. And if you're familiar with Texas, you know what I'm talking about. It's not that hard to see the ground. So they cover this area. In the meantime, they also have searchers out, immediately, like the next day. They're checking the culverts, they're checking drainage pipes, they're checking ditches, they're checking all of these places on foot as well. Any place that he could have been. But, and they've been searching. Like, it's been over a month. They cannot find this boy because he literally just vanished into thin air. Now, I am the rumors, and I did hear this, and this is what I'm gonna say. All right, let me change this for just a second. This is what I'm gonna say about the rumors. It's not that bad. I just don't want to. His family seems like really good people, and I have sons, okay, and there are things that it may be true, may or may not be true, but I really wouldn't want that all out in the public. But supposedly there is, and I'm not going to give the name of it, but you can find it. It's easy to find. They found a Reddit account that they believe and they have been told is his Reddit account. Now, if you if you do Reddit, it's kind of like a lot of YouTube channels and stuff. People have crazy names. All right. You come up with some kind of craziness. And so it's an odd name. It's, physics. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. If this is his Reddit post, all right, it suggests that he was trying to, and I'm not going to get into the details, but he was trying to meet somebody for a rendezvous. Okay. And I don't know if it is exactly his account. He's a young kid. They want to rendezvous sometimes, okay? Now, in this, there is a bay. It's called Oso Bay. It's really about a mile and a half, 1.7 miles, I think. And in this Reddit post, someone is suggesting that they meet there. Well, I mean, he is, and this is about an hour prior to his going missing. So they're wondering if he was just going to meet with somebody and go over and look at the lake with somebody. Uh, but then if you're just meeting somebody for the first time, are you really going to go in bare feet? I mean, I don't think that's optimal. What if your person doesn't like feet, for one thing? But I mean, you're thinking you're gonna walk around, maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying, you're waiting for Uber Eats. Are you gonna just not wait until it gets there and then tell your roommates, hey, I'm going with a friend to somewhere? Anyway, it is a possibility, okay? And that would explain, well, I don't know if it's the right direction. That would explain why his phone pinged elsewhere a mile away. But again, you know, I don't want to say, look, I know my kids, I know what they will and won't do, but I still wouldn't want that to color the impression that people have. Like, people do stuff. Look, everybody does stuff of some kind, especially when you're young. Um, so I'm not judging. I guess that's what I want to say. Is I'm not judging him. I don't want to judge him. Do what you want to do. And that should not be a factor. But now people are saying he was meeting somebody. So if you're meeting somebody, from everything I've heard, okay, he seems like a very intelligent young man. So why would you meet somebody you don't know who you're meeting? Apparently, people are using Reddit to date. It's like, what the crap, y'all? And I love some Reddit, okay? But if you don't know that maybe 2 out of every 3 people that post on there are Looney Tunes, then you don't know Reddit. So, yeah, it's a crazy world out there in Redditville. I, I would say it is the least likely place that I would want to meet somebody. And why would you? Because you don't know. What if they're, an SK? You don't know who's out there. So I'm like, if he's that smart, I don't, having a harder time with that one. I wonder if someone hit him due to fog, panicked, picked him up, and disposed of him. That is actually one very viable theory. Okay, that is what they were saying in the beginning when they initially couldn't find him anywhere. All right, they're saying potentially he was too close to the road, or maybe somebody veered off the road, because you know how it is when you're foggy, you can't sometimes even know where you are on the road. Did they hit him, panic? And I mean, to me, that would be a more likely scenario, okay, rather than meeting somebody you don't know and somewhere, potentially being, trafficked, all that kind of stuff. That just seems a little dangerous to me. Um, let's see. Yeah, the family must be in so much pain already. Yes, and that's why I don't want to go into the ins and outs. I'm not going to show his name. I'm not going to read the posts, whatever. It's just, it's not helpful at this point. Um, let's see. Oh, just want to catch up. I don't want to miss what y'all are. You're not familiar with Reddit? Reddit. How would y'all describe Reddit? Reddit is like, it's like a big message board on every topic you can think of. Serious, crazy, funny. Reddit is very entertaining. But you know, the nuts all fall out of the trees on Reddit. I use Reddit a lot to research, okay? I do. But at the same time, let me say that I take everything with a grain of salt. But you can look up people and you can see what they've posted on any subject, so it kind of lets you know how big of a nut job they are. Let's see. All right, let's watch some more of this. Hold on, let me grab this for you. With the commercials again. I had all this set up. Okay. But of course, like a lunatic, here's the doorbell surveillance. All right, here we go.
Continuing our coverage this Friday night into the urgent search for Caleb Harris. Tonight, we're reviewing new video of the Island University student
Hello,
appearing
Samantha.
to be from the last night that he was seen.
A ring camera capturing some of his last movements before his mysterious disappearance.
So take a look here. Caleb can be seen in the parking lot at his off-campus apartment complex off of Ennis Jocelyn around 1 a.m. He was with one of his roommates, a friend, outside playing with a dog. Caleb's face visible as he looked toward the ring camera before they make their way back in the other direction on that night in early March.
And the search for Caleb Harris now in its third week. Just yesterday, his parents offering a reward of $25,000 for his safe return. Now, to create a sense of urgency for anyone who may have information and hasn't come forward yet, a deadline of March 31st has been placed on that reward. You can call Crime Stoppers where you can remain anonymous. And we will, of course, continue to follow this story and update you with any new developments.
Continuing
all right. Okay, let me go to another one also. We'll probably have to watch another commercial. Oh, wait. Okay.
College student from New Braunfels was last seen. 21-year-old Caleb Harris mysteriously vanished at his off-campus apartment complex in Corpus Christi. Local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies are assisting in the search for Caleb. This week, authorities provided a detailed timeline about his disappearance. Leslie Adamy breaks it down for us.
On the evening of Sunday, March 3rd, Caleb spent time at the apartment with roommates and a friend.
Let's see, those are nice apartments.
12:56 a.m. Monday, March 4th, doorbell cam shows Caleb, a friend, and one of his roommates in the parking lot of his complex. 2:20 a.m., a second roommate says he's going to bed. Caleb stays up to order Uber Eats. 2:44 a.m., Caleb sends a Snapchat video to his younger sister of him walking a dog in the complex parking lot. At 3:03 a.m., Caleb sends a Snapchat photo to a high school friend who lives in San Antonio. That picture showed a small bridge over a drainage ditch within a few hundred feet of the entrance to his apartment complex. At 3:12 a.m. is when Caleb's cell phone last shared its location information with the nearest phone tower. 3:20 a.m. The Uber Eats driver delivers Caleb's order to his apartment, leaving it at the front door. At 11 a.m. Monday morning, one of Caleb's roommates finds the delivery order, his wallet and keys in the apartment, his cell phone gone. Caleb's roommates report him missing. Corpus Christi police say this is the best timeline they've been able to compile with what's available to them, but as the investigation evolves, it is subject to change.
Okay. We don't need to watch that. Okay. All right. So, I mean, you see, it's just like he was out there. He's on Snapchat. He's got his phone. It's a normal night. Boom. Into thin air. So, do you see why this is so frustrating? I'm sure for the parents. Yes, he did take the dog back from the walk. That's what they did. They took the. Excuse me, my earbud is killing me. My dog. They brought Jenny in, but then he went right back out. So, I mean, it was literally within minutes. So there you go. And like I said, the reason I wanted to cover this, please share it. I mean, I'm almost tempted to stop this stream and start another one for Delphi because I hate to put them together. But yeah, please share and just awareness. That's the main thing because at this point, I thought about should I go down there. When I heard that they weren't having as much media coverage and stuff like that, I thought, should I go down there? Should I help search? But here's the thing, they have literally searched and searched. I mean, if you're talking about 50 miles radius, 50 miles, like, where are you going to look past there? I mean, at this point, if he can't be found in 50 miles, he could be anywhere. I'm assuming, yeah, I think, like you said, there's a very good chance that it was a hit and run and somebody, you know, but we don't know if he met somebody. Was he abducted? If he was taken, if he was hit and taken, then you would think that they would have discovered, him. If he was harmed, that they would have discovered him somewhere in that area. So here is the thing that people need. This is what people need to do in that area. You heard them say, like, look, the police are asking you if you have a doorbell camera. I don't know how far away, but I would say even if you are much further than you think, if he disappeared around 3, a little bit after 3, and you live way on out, but you have a vehicle passing, that maybe you don't even know. Maybe nobody comes down your road normally in the middle of the night. But at 3:50, do you have, something past? I mean, look at it. Just look at it. It could be any direction. Anything could have been picked up. You would think that there would be more. I'm not saying there's not more surveillance, but that's the only thing that has been released. I hope that's not the only thing that there is because my God, geez, you know, uh, that would be a very sad circumstance. But there are other apartments around there. There's so much. There's got to be more surveillance. And I'm thinking there's got to be something when he's walking a direction, right? Which direction did he go when he left the apartment complex? I mean, the Snapchat shows to the bridge, but I mean, at any point was there a camera out there? Did he turn around? Did he cross the street? I mean, these are all things that should be out there. So what the police are asking is to please, please, please share. Um, Share, make awareness, make people aware that they need to look at their ring cams, their footage for the last, over 30 days now. Did you see anything weird? Was there a vehicle in the area that looked strange? Were you at a drive-through in the middle of the night, or a Huddle House or something, or Waffle House? I don't know what they have out in Texas, but did you see somebody pull up in the parking lot and somebody looks weird? I don't know. Collateral damage. You really feel like this one is water related. I do too. Only because, and this is the reason, they haven't found him on land. First of all, again, we have almost the same MO, except he's not drunk and fallen in the water like some of the many other cases that are pending and missing and they are unresolved. But he is close to the water. Okay, so I'm thinking, if let's just say that Reddit post was not correct, but what if somebody he knew pulled up? What if somebody saw him standing out there, and I was like, hey, we're going here. You want to go with us? We'll be back in just a minute. Okay. You'd get in the car with a friend. And if something, God forbid, did happen to him, if he did meet somebody down there and he's right there at the bay, at the water, I mean, now you're talking about which direction and how far would he be? Would he be able to be recovered? Um, you know, these families need peace. That's what they need. Okay. So yeah. So I just wanted to share that. We are right at an hour. So tell me, y'all that are in here, I've got the new Delphi docs up. Do you want to go over those? Do you want me to start a brand new stream? I really hate to do it in this one. So are you watching CJ like case closed, CJ? I'm thinking that's who you're talking about. Okay, he stays up late before the fishing expedition. Well, kind of, but like college kids, they don't sleep a lot. So, I mean, his classes could have been later. I don't know. I don't know his schedule. But maybe he only had one or two. Maybe it wasn't going to be, because I think around lunchtime is when he thought he was going to be able to leave and go fishing. That's why he wanted to have everything together. Or maybe he was going to, do a a skipperoo. Like, if this class isn't really important today, I'm going to go fishing. All right. Samantha says start a new stream. All right. I think that's what I'm going to do because I feel better about that, actually, Samantha. We're going to do that. And we're going to go over the Delphi docs. We're going to see what it was. Wasn't it Baldwin that did it? Look, it's like 13 pages. It's going to be a doozy, right? Okay. Please like, share. If you are in any missing Facebook groups or if you're in Texas or whatever, please share this story. Try to get the word out there. Hopefully, somebody knows something somewhere and we can have some peace for this young man's family. Hopefully, find him, stranger things have happened where people turn up after a period of time. So, yeah, let's just do our part, okay? I will see you right back here, maybe 5 minutes. I'm going to start a new stream and we're going to talk about the Delphi delusions, delirium, denial. I don't know. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.